Hello, Banana Bunch. Welcome back to another episode of 60 Minutes with Misc. Unfortunately, our guest is not here yet. They are running a little bit late, but they will be here soon. Do not worry. Let me just quickly notify my Discord that I am live, and in the meantime, while we wait, we can chat a bit. So chat, what do you guys want to talk about? Want to talk about cheese, Rob? Alright, well, just went to the store. Bought some cheese there. Ice Cube's downfall. Well, to be honest, I was kind of expecting Ice Cube to not really survive long. So if you really think that Ice Cube's going to get eliminated, I wouldn't doubt you. I know there's a voting results stream out there, but I haven't seen it. Garfield. Wonder what this stream will be about, Advance? Well, it's a 60 Minutes with Misc stream. Of course, we're gonna have a guest on here. We're just waiting for them. The music's by Whoop-Doo? Yep. I absolutely love this background music, so I chose it for this stream. Imagine the special guest is John Arbuckle. I wish. Just me. If John was here in real life, then yeah. This is music from BFDI 9 Charades. Yup. Hello, Speedy. Welcome to the stream. I have notified the guests that we are waiting on them, so they should be here soon. Can you have a hint as to what the guest will be? Well, you don't need a hint, because they are here. Chat. This person is one of my idols in the Object Show community, and they're the creator of the 15-minute Object Show. Please welcome Whoop-Doo.
Who's that? I don't know who that is. What's this music playing right now? I never heard this in my life.
Welcome to the show, Whoop-Doo.
Hello, it's great to be here. Can you hear me all right?
Yep, we can.
Yeah, okay. I'm using my laptop that I don't usually use as often, so I just wanted to be sure that everything's working well.
Congratulations to Quagsire Lover 32 for getting it right for the 5th stream in a row.
Good job, you. I mean, I guess the title, if like you know my content, it kind of gave it away, but
yeah, I always put a little hint in the title. So anyway, Whoop-Doo, how this is going to work is I will ask you a set of questions I have, and after that, I'll pass it on to the chat, let them ask some questions, and this will go on for about an hour.
Okie dokie, I am going to make a post about this on my Twitter, and
All
also
right.
send us in a couple Discord servers.
All right, cool. So let me know when you're ready for the questions.
All right. Let's see here. I'm not actually seeing the chat in the StreamYard right now, so I'm pulling up the YouTube real quick.
Okay.
All right. The stream has begun.
Chat, make sure to hold your questions for after I am done with mine. Trust me, my question segment doesn't usually last all that long.
All right, I'm pretty much good to go whenever.
All right.
Go ahead and get started with
My first question to you is, when did you join the Object Show community?
Okay, so when I joined the Object Show community, it was early 2014, and I know the story by heart because I've told it so many times in interviews like this, but it actually sort of stems from when I was in the Brony community, because I guess also like what Sparta Remix community too, that's sort of thrown in there, because I was watching a lot of Sparta remixes of like My Little Pony stuff and fan works, and then I found one that was a multi-source video that had Inanimate Insanity in it, so I looked at that, I'm like, huh, that show looks interesting. So then I started watching Inanimate Insanity that exact same night, and I immediately got hooked on it. I didn't watch BFDI for a couple more months, which is weird to say because now that's like BFDI, I arguably do more work for that than I do II at this point. But it's just funny to think about that, because everyone else is like, oh yeah, I got started with BFDI. And I guess not even like that anymore. Like the OSC has changed so much throughout the years that there's so many people that got started like in one or the Nightly Manor, and I think that's awesome. Yeah. It's like just seeing the growth of everything in real time over the past decade. It's been a lot of fun.
I got started around like a month after BFB 12 released.
Oh. So I guess it's like, I don't know, there's some people that consider like OSC people that joined in 2018 to still be very early, but I don't see it like that at all, because you know, pre-split BFB, you had to be there for it. It was so it was so cool seeing that get released in real time.
All right. My next question for you is, well, since you already answered this question, and explain when you joined, the next question is going to be what got you into it. So instead, I'm just going to ask you question 3. What is your favorite Object Show?
I guess that would still
that you made.
That would still be Inanimate Insanity. Like, I don't know if that's gonna sound like I have a bias there, but it is just genuinely my favorite because of all of the stories that it tells and all the characters in it. It's all very impactful to me as a person, and I've just been following along with these characters for so long. It's like I got into the show before the point in the series where people consider it to have gotten serious, I guess. So it's like just seeing that in real time left an impact on me, and I am so excited for people to see episode 15, which we are working on now. I'm gonna need to get back to working on my scene when I'm done with this interview.
One funny thing about Inanimate Insanity Season 3 is that when I first saw it, I thought it was a fan's creation, because the style was just so different on the thumbnail that it took me up to like 2 weeks to realize this was actually an actual season.
Well, somebody didn't watch the II Direct on the anniversary.
I did not. Alright, well, my next question for you is, what is your opinion on non-competition object shows?
I love them, and I want there to be more. It's like, I don't know, the format of the competition show, there's a lot that you can do with it, and I'm not saying that it's gotten stale, because it hasn't. So many people are still finding new ways to make fun stuff out of that, but like, I do just like seeing more like slice of life type shows when those happen.
Welcome to the stream, Noobless. Nice to see you, man.
Hello, Noobless. But yeah, I love them. I've always thought about maybe doing something non-competition myself, but also I already have so many commitments to other shows that are competition-based that I started forever ago, and I want to finish those before doing anything else. I sort of have I sort of have a reputation in the OSC for being the person to cancel things after part 1 of episode 2, but I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not going down like that.
Hey, Cake Brunch! Nice to see you tuning into the stream, Cake Brunch.
Charlie! Hi! I sent him the link directly.
One thing that I've seen, it was sort of like a debate over whether or not one is a competition show or not. For me, I think it's sort of like a hybrid.
I mean, I always saw it as a competition show because, like, even in the parts where, you know, you don't see the main characters directly competing, it's the competition that causes the entire story to unfold, you know?
Yeah.
I sort of see it like II in that regard, when you'll have certain episodes that aren't as focused on the challenge itself, but rather the dynamics between the characters and everything. And, like, 1 is obviously much more dramatic in that direction, but, you know, that's just sort of how I view it.
Yeah. Alright, my next question up is, who is your favorite Object Show community YouTuber? And you cannot say yourself.
Okay, wait, just a second. I need to do something real quick. I'll get back to this. Give me just a second.
Alright. Hello, Pen. Hello, Local Golf Ball. Hello, Untitled Object Review Show. All of you, welcome to the stream. Nice to see you here. Whoop-doo will be back in a moment. They have to take care of something. Hello, Mason's Bomb. Welcome to the stream. And yes, whoop-doo. Hello, Trollsy.
I'm back. La 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 la.
So we've got Mason's Bomb and Trollsy in the chat. Mason's Bomb's surprised to see you.
Oh my god, Be Awesome 1 is here. Hello. Hello, Bow.
We have.
I don't know if you know Be Awesome 1, but he's great. He does he does a lot of OSC reviews on his channel. He was a pretty OG creator back in 2016.
All right. Well, I'll check them out after the stream.
Yeah.
So
definitely recommend it.
Back to the question: who is your favorite OSC YouTuber? And you cannot say yourself.
My favorite OSC YouTuber. God, it's hard to think of an answer that isn't just like basic, just saying like, you know, like I said, Inanimate Insanity is my favorite Object Show. Like if I wanted to get spicier with it, I don't know. But I guess maybe aside from Inanimate Insanity and Jack and Jellyfy and everything, that would probably be Anko 6. I don't know. I've always just really liked Brawl of the Objects. It's in my top 5 Object Shows for sure.
I would have to say, out of all the Object Show YouTubers that I've met, I have to say my favorite has to be Hypercrystal, simply because he's one of he's I think the second Object Show YouTube channel that I've ever watched.
Huh. Interesting. I guess I always sort of view Hypercrystal as like a newer thing, a newer creator in the community, but I guess he's been around for longer than I give him credit for.
Yeah, he's sort of popped off more recently.
Yeah, just sort of like on that wave of like and more specifically creating content centered around BFDI rather than just object shows. Because it's weird how popular BFDI has gotten in that regard, is that you don't even need to make your own object show content now. Just pop off of what BFDI is doing.
It seems like BFDI trends on Twitter every single damn day.
Yeah. And I guess that's also because of, like, personalized trends on Twitter, and, like, the stuff you see on your trending tab is largely based around the things that you view. But, like, I do also see BFDI on there every day.
Alright, my next question for you is, at what point did you realize that YouTube was your thing?
So, I actually had a YouTube channel before the Whoop-Doo one, that I started in, like, 2011 when I was around 8. I should not have been starting YouTube that early, but that's sort of how it happened. So I started on that channel, and I was doing a lot of videos just recording off of my iPad and stuff there. I always wanted YouTube to be a thing that I did ever since I got into, like, The Annoying Orange around that same time. That was my main inspiration as a content creator. And, like, that still kind of carries over, because most of my main inspirations are just people that make objects talk. So...
Lovely. I have to say, when I realized that YouTube was my thing, it was when the first ever YouTube short that I released on this channel went absolutely ham within 1 hour.
Oh, wow. I mean, yeah, like the YouTube Shorts meta is just wild. I need to put out more shorts to take advantage of that.
The short wasn't even all that good. It had horrible mic quality, and it was edited in Google Slides.
Hey, wait, I'm looking at your most popular shorts right now. Is it the one with Bubble eating the gelatin?
Yeah, that was the first ever short I created.
Okay, yeah, I saw this in my shorts tab so many times. I'm like, who is this kid?
Bro, I remember I joined Noobliss's Discord server and got recognized by Hypercrystal. I almost melted.
Well, that's awesome.
Alright, next question. If you could do a collab with any OSC YouTuber, who would you choose?
Dat Boy YT. I don't know if you know them, but they make one of my favorite object shows ever, the infamous Object Show. I want to work with them in some capacity so bad.
That was probably the fastest someone has ever answered that question.
No, but that's just always been on my mind, is that I want to like either get them to voice a character in my shows, or maybe I could voice a character in the Infamous Object Show. If you haven't seen the Infamous Object Show, it is genuinely one of the funniest shows in the community.
Alright,
I love it so much.
That's another thing to check out after this stream. I've done a few collabs with some Object Show YouTubers, but a couple of them now leave a sour taste in my mouth.
Yeah, I felt that.
Yeah, because both of them have not really been all that popular in the OSC recently, as popular as they were when they started.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I have to say, if I could collab with absolutely anybody, I would probably have to say Giant Snowball, simply because me and him actually talk a lot on Discord, and we considered doing a collab a little bit before, but that never really came to be.
Yeah, and I know Giant Snowball is getting really popular, so...
Yeah.
Right, I guess, are they small grassy now? I have a hard time keeping up with that.
They reverted back.
Okay.
Alright, my next question is there anything that you would do differently, and if so, what?
Canceling BFPOR? Probably shouldn't have done that. That's sort of what gave me my reputation. Because I always wanted to eventually bring it back, but, like, I guess the way that I handled it, I don't know, it wasn't the best. I like the direction that I'm going in with it. I like the direction that I'm going with it now, but I just kind of wish that I had stayed committed to one project. Sorry. I wish I had stayed committed to that one project back then, rather than starting new projects and stuff. Because, like you mentioned, the 15-minute object show at the beginning, and that's sort of what the title's making a joke of. But that wouldn't have existed if I was still doing BFPR. I mean, maybe it would have, but I wouldn't have started to try and take it more seriously. And that was probably also a mistake on my part. I don't know. I always had a lot of fun using those characters, but once I started doing season 4, that's sort of what led me to realize that they work best in bursts, I think. And I'm making things work with what I've written for episode 2, part 2. But
I moved the 15-minute object show all the way up to the top of my watch list just for this stream. I finished watching what was currently made of season 4 a little bit ago, but before the stream started. And I have to say, it's hilarious.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know. I just always I had a lot of fun doing those like shorter seasons. I wanna find a way to get back to doing stuff like that. Because that was what was a lot of fun, was trying to do a full season in a day. But now I'm over here trying to like have these characters be actually animated and doing full-on 10 to 20-minute episodes. And it's a bit harder, but I'm having fun. We're all having fun here.
Yeah. All right, next up. Who is your favorite object show character?
Balloon, Inanimate Insanity. That's always been my answer, and it always will be my answer.
Finally, someone who recognizes that Balloon is Peak.
Right? Yeah, it's like, I don't know, like, there's a lot of things about his arc that I personally relate to, but also I just think he's just a well-rounded, well-written character.
Yeah.
It's like, especially in Season 3, because you sort of have Season 1 where he's just, you know, he's just Justin Bieber sound effect, whatever. But then you go into Season 2, and it's an immediate 180 to just him being ultimately super duper nice. But then as that season progresses, and then you go into Season 3, it's like you see more of him as a person, not trying to like put on a facade one way or the other. And it's really nice. I like it a lot.
Yeah. All right, next up. How did you come up with your object OC?
Okay, yeah, so my main OC is App, who is the host of my show BFPOR. The story behind App is actually kind of funny, because he didn't start off as my character. It was actually, I was gonna do a different object show with one of my friends, and it was gonna be more of a serious show. But, around like 2017, the two of us had a bit of a falling out. We talk again now, but they're like not in the OSC at all. But the whole thing was that show was gonna have App as a host. But when I made the one-off joke that was the original Battle for Palace objects, I used like all of the placeholder character bodies that were from the Object Legends and just made those the characters. And that just kind of stuck, because then I wanted to do more Battle for Palace objects, and I'm like, I guess these can just be like alternate universe versions of these characters once the Object Legends comes out. But then the Object Legends never came out, so they just kind of remained as these jokey depictions of them. But it sort of stuck with me, and I'm not even an Apple user, yet I've been using this Apple Photos icon as my OC for how many years now?
Alright. This would usually be my final question before I pass it off, but since you're a show creator, there's a whole nother set for you. But I'm gonna ask this one anyway. What is one message that you would like to just put out there for the OSC?
Hello. I don't know. It's like it's a very vague question. I mean, I don't know, just thank you for supporting my work in the things that I do for other shows and also my own. I don't know, I'm very thankful for this community and the opportunities it's given me.
Trust me, I would not be here right now if it weren't for the people I've made connections with.
Yeah, no. It's like, very recently, specifically, I've been thinking a lot more about my history in this community and all the people that I've met through it. Because, like, I'm here in the Jack and Jelfie office right now.
Anna Quinteros, can you please save the questions for after I'm done? You will be able to ask questions shortly.
Also, the answer is a pretty obvious yes to that one.
Alright, so, again, since you're an Ob Show creator, there's another step for you. What inspired you to make your shows?
Okay, so I guess I sort of went into the thought process behind BFPOR, Battle for Palace Objects Reloaded. I already went into that earlier. And it was just kind of, I just wanted to make a silly little one-off joke video. But then I was like, wait, what if I did more with this after I started learning Flash? Then I wanted to make it a full-on joke show. The name Battle for Palace Objects, I was in a Skype call with like some of my Sparta Remix friends, and someone just said that as a one-off thing. And it's very reminiscent of Brawl for Object Palace by HHJ, but that was just kind of like HHJ was just someone we knew, so they were just throwing together words like Battle for Palace Objects. And I'm like, okay, we're doing it, going with that.
Do people still use Skype? I haven't really heard anyone mention it for like the past 3 years until now.
Well, I mean, I don't know anyone who still uses Skype. It's like kind of dead at this point.
Also, trust me, you're not the only one who's canceled a lot of projects.
Yeah. Okay, but then there's also the 15-minute object show, and that sort of stemmed from, you know, just the overall trend of daily object show type shows.
Yeah.
And it was when Snowy Packle was doing the hourly object show, I'm like, come on, really? An hour? I can do better than that. So then I tried tasking myself to do episodes within 15 minutes.
So you started the 15-minute object show out of pure spite.
Well, not even out of spite. I just thought it would be funny. But it was only the second episode of season 1. That was the only one I actually managed to get done in under 15 minutes. And a lot of it with those early seasons was just the fact that my computer was awful. And I was at my mom's house, which had really bad Wi-Fi, so I couldn't even get the episodes uploaded in a timely manner. So I tasked myself with something near impossible. And then also the night that I did season 1, I forgot I had a theater rehearsal that same night, so I had to rush things together for the finale.
Alright. My next question for you is, how many episodes do you have planned for season 4 of the 15-minute object show?
So, I've been on record saying that it's only going to wind up being like a 5 or 6 episode season, because of the fact that that's just how the formula of the 15-minute object show has always been. Only around 5 episodes. And with them being, you know, more high quality than those earlier ones, it takes more time, but I'm trying to figure out a balance to where I don't wind up writing anything too long or too complicated. So I'm hoping to have that season done, like, maybe by the end of 2025? I don't know. I wasn't expecting to still be doing the 15-minute object show even up until 2024, but here we are.
Do you plan on making any more seasons of the 15-minute object show after season 4?
I do want to, but I'm not going to have them be like season 4. I want to go back to the formula of having the lower effort ones that I can just put out in a day.
Yeah.
Because those are still a lot of fun, you know, if I get on a call with some friends and they can voice the characters. Things like that. I love doing that.
If you ever need a character to be voiced, hit me up.
Alright.
Hi, Suitcase. Alright, next question is... Let's see. How many crew members are working on the 15-minute object show if it's not just you?
Okay, so I guess just like a season by season breakdown. I was the only one who did season 1. I was just doing that entirely on my own. Season 2 is when I got on a call with some of my friends to voice a couple characters. So Dacula, Geometry Darsh, and Garfield Pencil Case. Neither of them were me, so that was a 4-person thing. And then season 3 was just me, but then Charlie joined in at the end to play Silver Alvin, and inadvertently made the best scene I've ever made in any object show.
Dacula is the best winner.
Dacula is the best winner. I agree. I love Dacula. It's funny, because the thing with Dacula is that, his lines were always improvised. So, well, I mean, everything was improvised, but the way it worked with Dacula specifically is that his voice actor, Skylar, she could never be on the calls when I was actively making the seasons. So what she would do is that we'd get on a separate call in advance, and she would just say random things, and then I'm just like, I'll figure out how to make this work. So I had to build my improv around the things that she said. Oh. So the entirety of season 2 was just built around those takes I had with Skylar.
Alright. Who is your favorite character on the 15-minute object show?
Probably Trendy. I like Trendy a lot. Trendy is fun.
Alright.
I don't like having to pick favorites, because, like, these are my children, but Trendy is cool. I don't even feel bad about it.
How long does an episode usually take to produce now?
Depends on how lazy I am. It's like, episode 1 of season 4 took only a couple months to make, because I was like, yeah, I'm on a roll here. These are coming out lightning fast. We gotta keep this momentum going. And then for episode 2, we had it written in 2021. I finished the audio in 2022. Had to recast some voices in 2022, and then redo some of the audio.
God.
And then started on the animation in 2023, and still only half the episode is fully completed.
Wow.
So, yeah, I'm just excited to eventually get this episode done, you know?
Alright. And my final question to you before I pass it on to the chat is, were there any scrapped characters for the show?
I guess not for 15-minute object show specifically. Like, I've had a lot of character ideas come and go here and there for a lot of other things. But any character ideas I do have for 15-minute object show, they are eventually going to come to fruition.
All
like,
right.
That weird character that you see at the very end of episode 2, part 1, that's gonna become a character. I'm doing it. I just needed to put in an image of them firsthand.
Got it. Alright, so chat, you guys have been waiting patiently to ask Whoop-Doo some questions, so chat, go right ahead.
I can be asked questions. I'm the question answerer, is what they call me. Do you still want to pick out the questions that the chat is asking, and then I answer them, or...?
Sure. Whoop-Doo, can you say, hi, Milulim?
Hi, Milulim. I hope that's how it's pronounced.
Thanks. Thoughts on Challenge to Win?
Challenge to Win. What a show. Honestly.
Hey, Artificial Deluxe, nice to see you.
Challenge to Win is one of those shows where it's like, it's objectively not very good, but it's a classic. I can't help but have a good time when I'm watching it.
It's on my watch list.
If you want to get into more of like the classic OSC stuff, I think it is worth a watch, just because of how absurd everything is. Okay. And like the few times where they like try to do like serious character stuff, and it just completely falls on its face. It's great.
Alright, just to finally put this person to rest. Did you like BFDI A9?
I mean, yeah, I figured that was obvious. I made music for it. I animated a scene. I did 100 recommended characters.
This one is relating to my show that I'm working on. Can you watch Battle Object Terrace when it comes out?
Sure. Why not? I'm always down to watch more Object Show stuff.
Alright. Rob here asking the important questions. On a scale from 1 to 10, where would you put a block of cheddar cheese at?
Depends on the block. Depends on a lot of things. But I like cheese, so maybe just an 8? I don't know. This is a very specific question.
Have you seen Animatic Battle?
I actually have not.
It's one to watch.
I saw the first episode, but a lot of things after were kind of hard to follow. I don't know. It's like big cast shows like that are usually kind of difficult for me to follow along with. But I guess BFB shines out in that regard because like these are all characters that are already like pre-established.
Yeah.
But like it's like me trying to watch Animatic Battle without having seen Object Fool. I don't know anything about these characters, but also it's funny, so I don't really mind it.
Yeah. All right. Did you commit war crimes in Yugoslavia back in 1987? Quagsire, what kind of question is this?
I mean, I don't know, maybe. I don't remember much from back then. I wasn't alive.
Alright. One of my moderators asking a question. Serious question. Do fish get thirsty?
What? What are these questions?
My cat is cursed.
Why is this what's happening? Okay,
honestly don't know what you would say.
Sure, maybe. I don't know. It's like the same way that we need to breathe. There's not really like a word for that, but...
Alright, a serious question now from Artificial Deluxe. What was your favorite role that you've done?
That's a pretty tricky question, actually. Because, like, a lot of the voice acting stuff that I've done in the OSC, I've had a lot of fun with it. I guess I could just say 5, just because it's like, I do just really like the Algebraian shorts. I like all those characters a lot. I'm very honored to get to voice one of them.
Alright. From Pepper Soda, can you recommend a character for his next camp entry?
An 8 out of 10 block of cheese.
From my friend Local, what were you doing on July 16th?
Why? Why is that? I wasn't alive! I wasn't alive! What even happened at the time? What? Is that
I don't know.
Like a specific reference to a historical event, or did you just make this up?
I don't know. It was 11 years and a day before I was born. So
It's awesome.
From Cake Brunch, what is your favorite?
You. Cake Brunch is my boyfriend. That's why I said that. That is the reason I said that.
Can you recommend an Object OC for Olin?
An 8 out of 10 block of cheese.
Artificial Deluxe is asking the story behind your OC. Artificial, this was answered earlier in the stream. If you look back later on, you'll find your answer.
I already said it. Grr.
Okay, this one, milk before cereal or cereal
It's
before
cereal
milk?
before milk. That's literally the only answer. That's the only answer.
If you put milk before cereal, I will personally make a petition to bring back crucifixion because of you.
But maybe I could just put out my hot take and say just cereal. No milk. Dry cereal is great.
I
People
agree.
who eat dry cereal get too much flack.
Pepper Soda wants you to ask me a question.
Okay. What is your favorite Object Show besides the main two? BFDI and Inanimate Insanity.
HFJ1 hands down.
Okay, I should have said besides the main 3. What's your favorite deep cut object show?
Well, there's this one show that might be a little bit biased, but I'm currently like a voice actor for it. It was actually made by one of my moderators here. It's called Battle for Discord Admin Collision Course. And I have to say, even though it's like not really on the radar, it is probably one of my favorite shows that I've ever watched.
Well, alright. I'll be sure to give that a look whenever we're done here. I always do like getting more object show recommendations from other people.
What is this?
What?
You?
Why?
Nao's saying I eat cereal out of 2 cups, 1 for milk and 1 for cereal.
Okay, I guess I get it. If you like pouring the cereal into your mouth and then you take a swig of milk, it's like you're still getting the same experience.
I need to try that. From the boombox, how do you feel about BFDI content farms? Do you feel like there should be more originality within the OSC?
Well, I mean, I sort of started to dive into this earlier. I'm not the biggest fan of BFDI content farms, just because, like, I mean, I don't really know if I would even call them content farms necessarily, because to be considered a content farm, you need to be, you know, farming it. You need to have like lanky box levels of content farm, you know? It's like you have a whole team set aside to just put out slop. And I don't think a lot of these BFDI videos are slop necessarily, because they are just like usually just put together by one person on one channel. But yeah. I do think that more originality would be nice, because if you're just kind of doing the same things as everybody else, like, how are you going to stand out? You know?
Yeah.
If everybody is solely making videos about BFDI rather than doing their own object show stuff, what's the point?
Alright, from The Boring Plush, what object show YouTuber do you not like?
Oh, come on, I don't want to be mean. I was already feeling like I was being a bit negative there earlier.
Trust me, I would answer this question in a heartbeat, and I'm pretty sure half the chat knows what I would say.
Okay, what's your answer?
There's this one object show YouTuber named Lean Beans, who is currently being like flamed on like Twitter for some not right allegations. I used to be friends with the guy, but in my opinion, his ego got a bit too inflated.
Okay, well, I guess if it's like a creator who like actually is genuinely problematic, then like, yeah, that's obviously Shallot Hair, Lego Boy and Jay. Come on, who does like them?
Lean Beans got into an argument with Webs for FZ.
Yeah.
Oh, $2 donation from Trollsy. How long could Whoop do if Whoop could do?
Maybe like 10 minutes? I don't know.
Thanks for the donation, Trollsy. Much appreciated.
Okay, I'm actually able to look at the chat on StreamYard now. That's good.
Would you stuff 19 blocks of cheese into your mouth for the fish to be free to walk on air?
I mean, I just like cheese. Sure. I'll eat it. Go ahead.
Locally, you've officially killed me. Alright, which are better, bell peppers or apples?
Apples, I guess.
I'd have to agree. What do you think an 8 out of 10 block of cheese actually looks like?
It's like, it's a pretty good looking block of cheese, but like, it's not perfect, you know? It's like, what do you think of when you picture an 8 out of 10? It's like almost there, but not completely. So maybe like a little bit of a chunk out of the head, or like, I don't know, participation medal or something.
Rob saying, I ask one question about cheese and now the whole chat is going crazy.
That's how it goes.
do Blue opinion on Whoop Do.
I don't know who that is.
I've been hearing Whoop with autotune for so long now that I'm just now getting used to hearing without.
Wait, what? Well, I guess it's like I have auto-tune on my voice for like some characters in BFPOR. Maybe that's what you're talking about.
Totally not a biased question from Artificial Deluxe. What is your opinion on Planet Hoppers?
I like Planet Hoppers. The first episode was really good. I'm excited to see more of it.
Local, I am not bringing that question onto stream.
Wait, what? Oh, I'm just asking.
Hi, Whoop-Doo. Misc mentioned my show, BFDA Collision Course, earlier. If you do end up watching that, the animation and voice acting is disgusting at times.
That's just a given with any object show. I love this community so much, but it's not always the best in some departments. It's not like I don't go to object shows expecting the most high-quality product of all time. I go into them expecting silly fun, and if it's silly fun, I'm down for it.
Alright. Have you ever played the hit mobile game My Singing Monsters?
I did a little bit when I was a very small child. I never got, like, invested in it the way some people have. But...
Trollsy, are you just gonna ask all my guests this question? This is like the 5th guest in a row, dude. From Anna Quinteros, Whoop-Doo, what dance would you do in a trash compactor?
The funny walk. I wanted the funny walk to make it into the final cut, but it didn't.
I actually during the thing when you're having us like recommend object show trends for the thing, I suggested Noobliss's Bliss trend. I was actually quite disappointed to see it not there.
Well, I guess my thing with the extended song that I guess has just kind of been playing in the background for the past 50 minutes. The whole thing is that I wanted it to be more specifically like classic OSC trends.
Yeah. Because
that's the whole point of that scene, is that all the dances they're doing are like from that time period of 2014.
Hey, so... Whoop-Doo. Idea. Extended song. Extended.
I already extended it. What more do you want from me?
From Artificial Deluxe, what projects do you have in store?
Well, BFPOR and the 15-minute object show. And that's kind of it. I don't know. I'm working more on those episodes, and I'm gonna be sure that at least a new episode comes out from each of them before the tour, which I'm going to 3 locations of, so don't miss me.
Alright, the Moonbox asking, what is your favorite movie?
Wreck-It Ralph. That's always been my answer. Wreck-It Ralph is my all-time favorite movie. It's just a perfect combination of everything.
My answer for this question, sometimes I get picked on for this, but my favorite movie is actually The Hunger Games.
Well, I haven't actually seen The Hunger Games, but I was, like, forced to read a lot of the first book in high school, so...
Whoop-Doo, if I'm not mistaken, I think you were one of the tributes in this one Hunger Games I did.
Okay, I remember there being like a Hunger Games simulator that had like a bunch of OSC YouTubers. Was that you?
I think that was the one that I made, yeah.
Huh. Well, alright.
Alright, let's see. Do you like SpongeBob?
Yes. It's like who at my age doesn't like SpongeBob, you know? It's like I've sort of, it's like with me, I sort of got this idea from Charlie, who I assume is still in the chat, but he started binging through all of SpongeBob, and then I sort of started doing the same. So I kind of didn't binge the entirety of Season 8 or Season 9, because the main thing I wanted to get to was the post-sequel stuff that I haven't watched yet, because I've seen a lot of clips on Twitter, and it actually looks really good. So I'm sort of mid-Season 9 right now, and I don't know, the whole rewatch has just been a lot of fun. It's like the only episodes I've skipped are just ones that I already know are just gonna bore me out of my mind because I've already seen them thousands of times whenever they would rerun on Nickelodeon. But SpongeBob was one of my earliest special interests, so it still remains to be a special interest of mine.
Basque country. In order to get you to stop yelling at me, the flag in your profile picture is the Seychelles. Question for both: who could do the best bazinga?
I don't know. Probably the wizard.
Bazinga. Alright, New Boo, what is your opinion on your alter ego Whoop-Doo? Me personally, he seems like a nincompoop.
Well, Whoop-Doo doesn't go by he, him, so I don't know who you're talking about.
Does Goiki have a government?
I wouldn't say so. I mean,
think I remember.
Maybe they did once, and it's sort of crumbled apart, and that's why Yoil City has been abandoned.
I'm pretty sure I remember from like a Fiery comic of like Golf Ball running for president of Goiki.
I guess I don't really know. We haven't really delved that much into Goiki's history in canon, so I guess we won't really know.
All right. Let's see. Any interesting questions in the chat? Are we going to the meetup? For me, I really want to go, and I have the money to buy a ticket. And New York is not really all that far from me, but the thing is, it's out of state. Since I'm currently in the foster care system, there's like a whole process in order to get me going out of state approved. And by the time it would get approved, the tickets would most likely be sold out.
I'm sorry that there's so many complications in that regard. I know there's like always going to be complicated things like that for other people running some of these events. But I will be going to the meetups. I'm going to be in New York, Chicago, and LA. All three of them.
There's always next year. Chat, do not worry. There will be a kid in a banana costume at a meetup one day.
Are you going to come in a banana costume when you do?
Yes, I have a banana costume.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I actually posted a picture on my community tab a while back before Halloween saying, rate my Misc OSC cosplay. My favorite thing about the costume, I bought it alongside Mickey Mouse shoes. So I'm just walking around with like these giant shoes on. It's amazing.
That's awesome.
Question for both. I really need $450, like right now. You know what, Trollsy? Same.
I think I gotta go. No.
Alright. From Quagsire Lover, favorite video game?
Portal 2. It's Portal 2. I don't know why I had to think for a second about that. It's always been my answer is Portal 2, without a doubt.
I'm going completely basic and saying Minecraft.
Minecraft is in my top 4. So, there is that. My top 4 has always been, like, in no particular order of this, except for Portal 2 being at the top. It's Portal 2, and then somewhere in the next 3, it's Minecraft, Shovel Knight, and Plants vs. Zombies.
Alright, so we got a voice request from Olim, and I'm hesitant to bring this up here. In a 5 voice, Whoop-Doo, can you say...
I'm not doing that.
I didn't even want to say it. I didn't even want to say it.
If anyone has any actual voice requests, I guess I could do them.
Favorite flag? I've always been a fan of the Ireland flag, and yes, that is completely biased.
I like the trans flag, and that's also completely biased.
Whoop-doo, you know what you did in Goiki on October 17th, 2040.
I didn't do that! I didn't do that! No!
Local. You're getting Whoop-doo mistaken with Snowy Tackle. Please stop.
What? What does Snowy do?
Everything.
Okay. Good to know, I guess.
Trust me, we're holding an intervention for him later on. Alright. Alright, here's a voice request that's actually something you might want to say.
It's like I always gotta remember, like, what is the 5 voice? Because it's just kind of my voice, but a little higher. So it's like, whoa! I'm a greater number than 4!
Can 5 say subscribe in a very loud and obnoxious voice?
Subscribe!
From Pepper Soda, would you save me or an 8 out of 10 block of cheese?
Well, that's a hard choice to make. I haven't really known either of y'all for that long.
I would not blame you if you saved the cheese.
I'm sorry. I just really like cheese. I'm gonna have to let you go.
I completely understand! Alright. Whoop-doo, are you wanted in 142 different countries?
I don't know. Maybe?
Alright, voice request. Can you say, let me have $200 vigintillion in 5's voice?
Let me have $200 vigintillion!
5 is unironically one of my favorite algebrailians, simply because they're just so chill.
Local keeps asking me to say, I love Garden of Banban!
In the Discord server that I'm in with Local, the Boombox, and a bunch of other people, Garden of Banban is like one of the most popular things in that server.
Garden of Banban is just one of the most popular things right now in general.
Fair. To both, what are our favorite numbers?
14.
12.
14's always been my lucky number. For
12
reasons.
has always been mine. Alright, we are about 2 minutes left in the stream until we hit the 60-minute mark. So, ask your final questions, chat.
Oh my god, Trollsy is asking us to do a remix. Alright, I gotta like one of. Okay, here's what I'll do. I'm gonna lay down a beat. I'm gonna start beatboxing, and then you just start going off. That's what we'll do. That's how we're gonna end the song.
I literally can't do that. Let me do the beat, please.
We're doing it. No, we're doing it right now.
My name is Misc. Oh, it's please subscribe and like this stream. I had so much fun doing this. Thank you so much to Whoop-doo for joining me. Yeah.
Good job. That's great. That's awesome.
All right, so chat, we're in about the final minute. So thank you guys so much for watching. This is probably one of my favorite streams to date because we just had like quite possibly the best guest we've ever had.
Aw, shucks.
So again, thank you guys so much for watching. Whoop-doo, thank you so much for joining me. This is
Thank you for having me.
When I told the Boombox about how you accepted my offer to be a guest, he went insane.
I'm just kind of some guy. I mean, like, if anyone else wants to get me on for their live streams or whatever, or their podcasts or anything, just ask. I'm here.
So again, chat, thank you so much for watching. Whoop-doo, say goodbye to the chat. Chat, say goodbye to Whoop-doo.
Goodbye, chat. You've all been very lovely.
And cursed. Very cursed.
And that too.
Alright, so, again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. Hopefully it will be soon. Have a good one.
Goodbye, the wizard.
Cheers!
Bye.